Okay guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to execute channel lock the way I want to execute it when I play, with the tempo. This is probably what I would want as probably a finished product for channel lock in my mind. But with more pause than that. I want more pause than that. I need more freedom in that backswing. When I say freedom, it's that, guys. That's what gives me freedom. Here. That gives me the freedom. Same shape. Every shot's the same shape. The wind is so strong. Come on, Jason. I'm going to hit this from way back, guys. You know what that does for me? That really commits me. Commits me to the balance factor, because I know if I go forward the slightest bit, or if I get that shoulder out the slightest bit, it's a disaster. So for me, it's a great, if I was on a golf course and I had a really, critical shot, I'd play it back there, because I'd know it would make me do something absolutely specific, and that is stay in position to hit the golf ball. Come on. Same shape, every shot. I haven't seen a shot go this way from the first day, the first shot I tried channel lock. I haven't seen a ball go this way. I just don't drag. I can't drag the ball. I cannot physically drag the ball or pull the golf. I can't do it because I'm too into out. See there? Okay, these swings today, guys, are abbreviated. They are abbreviated because the wind. Now that's the one I want. That's the length I want, and that is that little bit of drop. I don't know what I call that. Sort of little drop action at the top. It just feels like I get here and just drop the club. You know Bobby Jones, what Bobby Jones did at the top of the swing, he let the club go. Here. That's why he got it down there. He let it go with those back fingers. I wouldn't advocate that, but it was a piccolo grip. Christy O'Connor did it too. Two great ball strikers, they both did that. Oh, it's so windy. It's fantastic. I mean, Bill Phillips must be, at MMI Golf, must be feeling this now. In that, you know you're not going to hit it over here, and it's not exaggeration, guys. You may, as I say to Bill, your mishits will be up and down the blade. They won't be across the blade, and your hits won't be into the ground. It'll just be timing up and down the blade. And my not so perfect shot is a little thin. But as I say, it's thin good. I never get awful shots. Come on, Jade. 5 o'clock nose. Best shot of the day, that one. Wow. When I say, I don't like the wind, I actually like the wind because, and that's why I come and practice here, right in this position here, because this is dead into the wind. As dead into the wind as you can get it. And I like that. Because you've got to hit the ball properly. You hit the ball properly, you don't get a result. Okay, I'm really going to smear this, and I'm going to thumbprint it. Big time. And there I did, guys, I did both of it. Look at this here. If you could see that pressure there on that thumbprint there, whew, that was just such a nice golf shot. Such a nice golf shot. Hardly salubrious ground here, guys. It's not actually in the cow paddock, but the cow paddock's right there. Oh, come on, James, put a nice big sort of soft load on it. There it is. That's the one I want. Oh, wow. It's just gone so. See, that's the 5-iron that goes 4-iron. There's no question that when this swing is on, I'm a club longer with my irons. No question. And I'm probably 10, 12, maybe 15 sometimes longer in the air with the driver, which is a huge amount, guys. Huge amount. Now, I was just thinking over the ball then. JH, you can never hit the ball badly. I mean, you can't hit a bad shot. It'll always go in the general direction of where you want it to go. The plan that you have for the golf ball will always come off. You may not hit it 100% in terms of contact every time. Nobody does that. But you will always hit it where you want it to go, and that's basically always just starting that little bit right of the target line. It's not very much. Not very much right of the target line. And for all intents and purposes, when people see me hit, they say, well, you know, you're not hitting it right of the target line, JH, you're just hitting it dead straight. But I know that my swing's probably 6-7 degrees into out, and I've got about 4 degrees down on the face. But maybe there's the cancel effect. Come on, see if we can get a nice little bit of that drop load. There it is. Look, guys, look, still here, look. Look, that's the most you'll get, a little tip there, but it never gets outside. And if you want to see who did it every shot he played, it was Hogan, because when Hogan finished here. Here. That's how he finished. The club was there. It wasn't over here. I wonder how Hogan would have hit channel lock. I mean, he would have hit anything probably, but for him, I mean, he was a very bright guy in terms of knowing what the golf swing could do and what he wanted it to do. But if I sat down with him and had a JH talking to Ben Hogan, more like Paul Hogan or Hulk Hogan, but imagine if I said, hey Ben, what if I told you I can give you a golf swing where you can never hit it left, ever, no matter what you do, it won't go over there, as a surprise. I'll show you how to hit over there if you want it, but you'll never get a shot to go over there. And even in Ben Hogan's own golf swing, which was anti-left, that's how he built it, he still could hit it left, because anything with a ball forward you can always hit it left, but you can't hit it left with this golf swing. And Bill Phillips knows that. Bill can just get out of the buggy dead cold, and it's freezing cold over there. I saw the poor devil the other day all rugged up. Billy, I couldn't even swing with all that clothing you've got on there. I don't own any long pants, mate. People don't believe me, I don't. And people say, well, what happens when you go to weddings and funerals, JH? I say I stand out because I wear shorts. Maybe I've got an identity crisis. Maybe I need to be looked at. I think mentally I need to be looked at. Here we go. You know what's interesting? I've hit the ball fantastic today. Great, but not 100%. And you know why? Because I haven't been applying the protocol 100%. The one thing that isn't in there today is 5 o'clock nose. You know why? Because I've been thinking about it. So what does that mean? That means that JH hasn't been applying the protocol in its entirety. I'm getting away with it, but I'm going to apply the 5 o'clock nose now. And I only just realised it then. There it is, guys. Wow. You know what I do when I actually look at it? I don't see the club actually hit the ball, because you can't. But where the ball was, I'm focused on it, and I'm still focused on it, and when it disappears, there's a black spot there where it used to be. And then that black spot just dissipates. So I've got to look for the black spot. And if you have a look at the ball and you really burn your eyes into it, guys, you'll be amazed. You'll see that black spot. And that's when you know, that you're, when you're seeing it hit. Guess what? No black spot. See, this is a discipline. This is the discipline. This is discipline. Hogan would never do that. Hogan would never hit, and Jack Nicklaus would never do it. He would never hit a shot that he wasn't ready to hit. Okay, come on, JH. See the black spot. See guys, I get the club going down here sometimes. That's because I never try and do anything to it through the ball. I never try and hold it off through the ball. Never try and do that, ever. What I mean is I never try and get in the way of the club head. I just, after I've hit it, just let it go. It comes down and hits me here. And when I was younger, in the early days, what used to happen in the early days, when graphite shafts first came out, I broke so many of them because I had a reasonably high club head speed back then, and the club used to come down here and hit me on the back and keep going, and he used to snap the shaft. Greg Norman used to do that, and he used to break the shaft, and I couldn't understand how I broke the shaft till a guy took some video, and video wasn't big in those days. A guy took some video of me, and we could see it. It slowed it down and the club was coming through, and it hit here and it kept going and just snapped in the middle. Of course those early graphite shafts weren't all that good. But yeah, so I get the club coming through and hitting me in the back. Come on, Jason. It just always goes straight. Yeah, you look out there. I mean, I just know where to look every time. I just look out there because I know where the ball's going to be. I just don't get variation, guy. There's no variation on the golf shot. There just isn't. There is no variation on the golf shot. No big variation. Okay, last shot. Look at this, guys, look. Anyway, guys, that was just a little bit of something, just hitting the ball. But that's what it's about. And I just want to hit these shots from time to time because the good thing is that I hope it reinforces for you guys that really the swing never breaks down. You never get that shot there. You don't get that or you don't get that. It's either that little push or it's that. It's either that little push or it's that. It's never there and it's never there. It just doesn't happen. Okay guys, that was just a little bit of extra. The wind is really strong. Yeah, we'll just keep reinforcing. There'll be reinforcing tapes probably for the next month. Just keep reinforcing. There'll be bits and bits and bits, and we'll get it right. But it's containment is, club's got to be in the middle. Okay, that little bit of counterwise pressure, try it, because what will happen when you do pressurize the golf club like that, when you pressure that way, the club wants to stay in front of you. And I know that Martin Ayres used to do that. Marty used to do that. And of course that's why he went like that. That's why J-bar looked like it did for him. He pushed it there. And then Marty used to have the line where he says, once I've got containment, I never give it up. Now what did that mean? That meant that those counter forces that he was applying, he never released those in the golf swing. He never released those. Those counter forces were there. I actually do that when I pitch the ball. When I pitch the ball, I have a lot of counter force because that really keeps the blade very, very square. And even sometimes if I've got a really delicate chip, I really do counter force it. I actually put a lot of that in my putting, guys, which I'll elaborate on when we do the revision of channel lock putting. But I do that. I mean, I get here and I get them going here. Why? Because, guys, it takes all the slack out of your arms. As soon as you do that, all the slack's gone. Now, the other thing that Bill Phillips mentioned, which I want to support him on, is, guys, try and get the club set up with. Yeah, we don't want this. We don't want that. That'll just create too much. I think it'll just create too much disconnection from in the backswing. Here, as I take it back, even the blade goes down, the toe goes down for me and keeps looking at the ball. But they're all little intricate things that I do, which you may be able to do, and I'll elaborate on those going forward. But they'll be very, very, very specific videos with atomic particles type stuff of channel lock. Okay, guys, just a little bit there, and I hope the audio wasn't destroyed by the wind.